Hi, my name is Cole Albin. Here I'm going to talk about y-ndk. NDK is a tool from the nostr community that allows web developers to communicate or hook nostr functionality up to their web applications. Nostr is a environment. It's an environment that people can run their own relays. They can use commercial relays and paid relays or free relays. And basically allows them to write whatever application code they want, use the nostr relay network for messaging between those applications, and if they get censored by one of the nodes that they're using, they can either find another node or set up their own node. So it's a very censorship resistant network. YJS, another part of this, what we're talking about today, is a tool that allows web developers to synchronize arbitrary data in the form of a CRDT, a conflict-free resolution data type. Basically, it means that if you have a piece of data that's large or small, and you make a change to that data, and you want to communicate the new data to somebody else, this will take a difference between the two pieces of data, the old and the new, and only communicate the difference across the wire. So it's a pretty efficient way to communicate. This tool is not nostr CRDT, but it is based on nostr CRDT. We basically plagiarized this and added encryption. This is specifically for the demo. It's arbitrary encryption. You can bring your own, but for the demo we use this SSB Secure Scuttlebutt inspired privatebox encryption tool. This allows the application to encrypt not the whole thing over and over again. If you're encrypting to, say, 1,000 users, it'll create an envelope where you only encrypt the decryption keys for that 1,000 users, and then using that encrypted key, you encrypt the content only one time. So it's a lot more efficient in terms of CPU used for encrypting and decrypting things. So we're interested right now because of the Presidio Hackathon coming up next month. We're going to try to participate in that. And this is the package that we're talking about. In order to get started here, we will navigate to the YNDK folder and run a build. We'll do a test first. These are two test scripts because if we try to do them both at the same time, they will overlap with each other and crash. So I ran it without running it. You do need to have a running nostr relay locally. So let's go to a package that we got from Coracle called Bucket and run the nostr relay from there. So we've got a nostr relay running. Now we can run that test again. See, this is why we got tests. Clear text is successful. We wait 5 seconds and run the next test, encrypted. Those are successful too. So now we're going to build it. This will build the web application, the demo application that we're going to walk through today, and it will start just a simple Python web server to deliver that web application. So in order to exercise this in its entirety, we're going to need to open a window for 3 people. There's Bob, there's Alice, and there's Eve. Bob is going to be the sender and receiver. Alice will also be a sender and receiver. Eve is a rando. Eve is not allowed to send and receive with this group. So let's open up the nostr tool or the developer tools so we can see that Eve sees some traffic I've got a lot more traffic right now than I will have before I check this into production, but we'll navigate all these. Oh, I started the web browser in the wrong folder. Let's go to the demo folder of the YNDK package. We already built it, so we're just going to run that Python web server. This will give you the barest minimum, lots of buttons, but that's how many we need for this thing. You'll see why. Where did Eve go? Localhost 80. Everybody's on the same page. Alice and Bob are on the left. Eve's on the right. So everybody's going to generate an encryption key. Eve's not going to generate a key. Alice and Bob need to, out of band, in this case it's going to be the copy paste button, out of band. They need to have each other's public key. Did that wrong. So receivers need to be set up first. These, as you can see, these are 25519 elliptic curve keys. I understand that they've been broken as of episode 15 or 16 or something of Silicon Valley, but this is a proof of concept, so we're going to move ahead with that. I am struggling with copy paste right now. Nope. I really apologize for how long this has taken. There we go, success. So the keys are set up. Nostr relays all need to be to the one that we just started. Eve, all the way on the right, has no keys, but she does need a relay. Nostr message kind is whatever you want until we get a improvement proposal in place. Everybody gets their own Nostr key. Bob is going to kick this thing off by generating a Nostr room. Now, a Nostr room, in this case, is just a Nostr event that says something like, I'm a room, and any subsequent messages that are supposed to be part of this Nostr room will have a tag, an event tag, back to this event ID. So the Nostr room ID is a Nostr event ID that's just the inaugural message of this, a series of messages, basically. Copy. So there's nothing in the room right now. It says undefined. We'll clean that up. Call it bubblegum. And we'll submit that. Alice is going to go join the same room. She somehow figured out what the room ID was. Maybe she saw it on Tinder, something. But she joined the room and she sees bubblegum, but she's not a fan of bubblegum. She prefers licorice. So Let's have her submit a change and see if that goes back to Bob. And voila, it goes back to Bob. Now here's the thing. Here's the improvement over nostr CRDT from before. Somehow Eve figured out the room ID. Maybe she was just monitoring all nostr traffic and kind of sees that that's a nostr room. She doesn't necessarily know who is looking at the room. She knows who set the room up, but that doesn't, nostr keys can be ephemeral if you want. But she does the same thing Alice did. She puts the room ID in there, but she's not on this recipient list, the receivers list. So she goes in, she sees all these updates. You see 4 updates in there, but she doesn't get any stuff. Too bad for her. So just to rub salt into the wound for Eve here, if Alice does another update, you can see Eve's traffic. And you can see she doesn't see a thing. She tries to say something. Not a thing. But if Alice says the exact, well, you guys get the idea. Thank you.